Somebody turn it up. 7:30 on a Friday, mirror checking twice, cologne a little extra, yeah, I'm rolling the dice. The boulevard is buzzing and the neon's alive. Got a feeling in my chest that I cannot describe. You sent a pin drop to the club on 7th Street. Said meet me at the corner where the bass and the heartbeat. I'm 3 blocks away and I can already feel your gravity is pulling me like chrome to steel. And every stoplight's taking way too long. Every second's like a never-ending song. I gotta get to you. Gotta get to you now. Voltage on the dance floor when you step inside. Electric light, a thunderstorm on a summer night. Move a little closer, let the rhythm decide. Voltage on the dance floor, baby, amplified. Amplified. You showed up wearing silver like a disco satellite. Every pair of eyes adjusted to your light. The DJ switched the tempo like he read our minds. A bassline made for two and we're already intertwined. You showed up brush against mine, accidental on purpose. The room could hold 1,000, but tonight we're the circus. Spinning, dipping, gravity's a myth. Every move you make is a paragraph I've missed. And every song is ending way too fast. Every record better pray it's not the last. I gotta stay with you. Gotta stay with you now. Voltage on the dance floor when you step inside. Electric like a thunderstorm on a summer night. Move a little closer, let the rhythm decide. Voltage on the dance floor, baby, amplified. Turn the lights down low. Let the bass take control. I don't need to know your name to know the disconnection's running on high. Voltage. High voltage. Oh, 1, 2, 3, go. Voltage on the dance floor when you step inside. Like a thunderstorm on a summer night. Move a little closer, let the rhythm decide. Let it ride, baby, amplified. Amplified. Keep the voltage high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dance floor voltage. Don't stop. Hey, hey, woo! Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Woke up this morning with your name on my lips. Sunshine crashing through the blinds, doing backflips. No occasion, no reservation, no plan. Just a heartbeat and a half-baked, beautiful plan. Grab the keys, forgot my wallet on the stairs. Doesn't matter, got a pocket full of I don't cares. Radio's playing something that sounds like us. A little reckless, a little golden, a little much. And I know it's only Tuesday, and I know we might be crazy. dancing in the rain. You said, what if we just drove until we stopped? I said, what if we just never ever stopped? So we're heading down the highway singing loud and wrong. Every red light is an intermission for our song. And I know the tank is running low, and I know we got nowhere to go. But the way you're laughing right now, let's throw confetti on a Tuesday. Dance in the kitchen like it's New Year's Day. Who needs a reason when we've got this feeling, baby? Every day with you's a holiday. Don't need champagne, don't need a ring, don't need the fancy anything. Just need your head inside of mine, and every ordinary moment feels like summertime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Na 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 na. Let's go confetti on a Tuesday. Dance in the kitchen like it's New Year's Day. Who needs a reason when we've got this feeling, baby? Every day with you's a holiday. Oh, oh, oh. Throw it up, throw it up. Oh, it up. A holiday. Confetti on a Tuesday. Hey, every day's a holiday. Na 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 na.
You left a tangerine inside my jacket pocket Tuesday morning. No explanation, no note, just citrus without warning. I peeled it on the subway and the lady next to me said someone must really love you, and I smiled so stupidly. Because you do these tiny things that satellites can't track, like memorizing how I take my coffee cream in black, or sending me a postcard from the drugstore down the block that says thinking of you constantly, sincerely, around the clock. And I don't know how you do it, but you make the mundane luminous. Every Tuesday feels like Saturday with you. Tangerines and postcards from the corner store, sticky notes that say I love you on the bathroom door. You don't need a grand piano or a symphony, baby, all your little things are everything to me. Da 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 da, everything to me. You alphabetized my bookshelf, but you mixed up K and L. I didn't have the heart to fix it. It's perfectly imperfect, and well, that's the thesis of our love story, written in your hand. A beautiful disaster that I wouldn't dare to plan. You sing commercial jingles while you're cooking us some eggs. You dance like no one's watching, even though the curtains barely beg for closure. Yeah, the neighbors get a show on Saturday nights. Two idiots in love beneath the kitchen neon lights. And I don't know why you chose me, but I'm grateful for the ordinary poetry. Every Wednesday feels like Friday next to you. Tangerines and postcards from the corner store, sticky notes that say I love you on the bathroom door. You don't need a grand piano or a symphony, baby, all your little things are everything to me. Christmas on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday. On a nothing special day. Tangerines and postcards from the corner store. Corner store. Sticky notes that say I love you on the bathroom door. Every door. You don't need a grand piano or a symphony. No, no, no. Baby, all your little things are everything to me. Everything to me. Tangerines and postcards, everything to me. Yeah.
I caught your reflection in a storefront on Melrose. A hologram of golden in a city built of shadows. You were laughing at a pigeon that was stealing someone's bread, and something in the universe just rearranged my head, like every constellation realigned to spell your face. Like gravity remembered it, it's somewhere else to place its weight, its pull, its center. You became the orbit I would enter. And I don't believe in fairy tales or shooting stars, but something about you rewrites the repertoire of everything I thought was true. You're a hologram of heaven in my ordinary view. Every pixel of the city rearranges around you. I could stare at traffic lights and see them turn to gold, 'cause everything looks beautiful through love I can't control. Hologram of you. Hologram of you. The whole world shimmers when I look at you. We split a mango on your rooftop, watching planes. You named each one a destination, Lisbon, Prague, and Maine, and said let's go to all of them or none of them at all, as long as we're together when the summer starts to fall. I memorized the freckle underneath your collarbone, a tiny brown galaxy that I could call my own. The way you hum off key to songs you've never heard, converting melodies to something more than words. And I don't believe in destiny or scripted plans. There's a map inside my drawer I never opened up. Edges worn from all the times I almost had enough. Courage to unfold it, trace the lines with shaking hands. But morning comes and I'm still standing where I am. The coffee's getting cold again, the window's getting gray. Another afternoon of almost walking away. But what if the horizon isn't half as far as it seems? What if the road already knows the color of my dreams? Maybe tomorrow starts at the edge of this door. Maybe the answer's hiding on some foreign shore. We don't need a compass when the heart already knows. Let's chase the atlas of maybe wherever it goes. Oh, wherever it goes. You called me at 11, said you couldn't sleep again. Something about a feeling that you couldn't quite explain. Like the universe was pulling at the corners of your chest. An invitation written but you haven't said yes. So I grabbed my coat and met you at the station after dark. 2 tickets to the unknown, nothing but a spark. And what if we stumble, what if we fall? At least we can say that we gave it all. Maybe tomorrow starts at the edge of this door. Maybe the answer's hiding on some foreign shore. We don't need a compass when the heart already knows. Let's chase the atlas of maybe wherever it goes. I've been safe for 20-something years, wrapped in comfort, wrapped in fears. But safety never wrote a story worth telling. And these 4 walls were never home, just a ceiling. So take my hand, take my hand. Maybe tomorrow starts at the edge of this door. Maybe the answer's hiding on some foreign shore. We don't need a compass when the heart already knows. Let's chase the atlas of maybe wherever it goes. The bathroom mirror's got a sticky note from last July. It says you're doing better than you think. Don't even try to cry. I wrote it on a Sunday when the clouds were sitting low. Mascara down my chin and nowhere left to go. Funny how a yellow square of paper and a pen
feel like someone holding you and saying try again. I peeled it off and stuck it back about 11 times. A little prayer written in my own handwriting lines. 'Cause nobody's gonna fight for me the way I can. Nobody's gonna understand the blueprints in my hand. So I wrote it in the margins of the life I'm living through. Little reminders that I'm beautiful and true. When the noise gets heavy and the critics fill the room, I read the notes I left myself, and suddenly I bloom, I bloom. My grandmother once told me on the porch at 3:30, the loudest voice you'll ever hear is the one inside of you, baby. I didn't understand it then. I was busy growing up, measuring myself in cups that never felt enough. Too soft, too sharp, too loud, too small. I tried to be a window when I should have been the wall. But somewhere between midnight and the sound of morning birds, I realized the kindest thing I own is still my words. Nobody's gonna heal for me the scars I've sown. Nobody's gonna build a home inside my bones. So I wrote it in the margins of the life I'm living through. Little reminders that I'm beautiful and true. When the noise gets heavy and the critics fill the room, I read the notes I left myself, and suddenly I bloom. And on the days when I forget, when the mirror feels like a threat, I find a pen and I begin again. Dear me, you're worth more than their 10 out of 10. Out of 10, you've always been enough. Always been enough. So I wrote it in the margins of the life I'm living through. Little reminders that I'm beautiful and true. When the noise gets heavy and the critics fill the room, I read the notes I left myself, and suddenly I bloom. Every note says you're enough.
The cursor blinks at me like it already knows. I've typed and deleted this 14 times in a row. Hey, I was thinking, no, too casual, too safe. I need to tell you something too dramatic for this late. The apartment hums with silence and the fridge kicks in at 3. And somewhere in between the noise I found the words for free. But my thumbs are frozen cowards on a glowing little screen, staring at the bravest sentence I have ever seen. And the clock says it's too late to call, but my chest says it's too late to stall. So I open up another draft I'll never send. Write you paragraphs that fold around bend of everything I mean and everything I hide. The truest things are typed at midnight, terrified, and I'm terrified tonight. Another draft I'll never send. You probably think I fell asleep 2 hours ago. You sent a goodnight meme, a little cat emoji glow. I sent a lol and stared at it for 20 minutes straight, because the distance between Lolo and I love you is fate, and fate is just a coward's word for I should have been braver, and braver is a word I'm learning letter after letter. Your name sits at the top of every paragraph I write, a headline for the news I can't deliver tonight. And the drafts are stacking higher than my shelf, full of honesty I'm keeping to myself. So I open up another draft I'll never send. Write you paragraphs that fall around the bend of everything I mean and everything I hide. The truest things are typed at midnight, terrified. And what if you're awake right now, staring at your phone and wondering how to say the thing that's sitting on your tongue? What if we're both loaded guns, afraid to fire, afraid to run? What if the draft I delete is the same one that you keep? Ooh, the same words, the same night. So I open up the draft one final time, and I write the only sentence on the line. I think I fell for you somewhere between the jokes and the silence. Sent, delivered, 3 dots typing, 3 dots typing, 3 dots, 3 dots. Please be typing, please be brave.
Lavender still sitting on the bathroom shelf. I keep telling myself I throw it out myself, but every time I reach for it I catch the scent, and suddenly I'm back inside the night you win. The taxi light was yellow on your side of town. I watched you drive away without making a sound. Funny how the loudest things are left unsaid. Funny how you're everywhere inside my head. I rearranged the living room to fill the space, but all I did was find another empty place, where your arms used to be, where your laugh used to land. I'm holding on to nothing with both of my hands. Lavender and closing doors, your perfume still on my floor. Tell myself it's over now, but my body hasn't figured out how. Figured out how. Haven't figured out how to let you go. Tuesday morning, 3 a.m. my phone lights up, but it's just the weather saying it's cold enough. As if I didn't know, as if I couldn't feel the empty side, confirming what my pride won't heal. I wore your sweatshirt to the corner store last night. The cashier asked if I was doing alright. I smiled and said I'm golden, with your sleeves rolled up, pretending that I'm whole while holding half a cup. I reorganized the closet, put your things in bags, but every zipper sounds like something that I had. A conversation, a confession, a caress. I'm drowning in the silence of this emptiness. dry as your jacket's on the floor next to the shattered wind chime. We said goodbye in September, October, November. Funny how forever only lasts until December. My therapist says boundaries, my best friend says delete. My heartbeat says one more time every time our shadows meet. I changed the locks, you found the window, I burned the bridge, you swam the river. We're professionals at destruction, gold medal in surrender. I know your name is written on every red flag flying, but the danger tastes like honey and I can't stop trying. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop. We're gasoline, Valentines, sparking in the dark, setting fire to the garden just to watch the roses arc. Beautiful disaster, masterpiece of broken art. We keep signing love letters with a match instead of heart. Gasoline, Valentines, burning up the night. Your voice is a cathedral built on quicksand and regret. Every promise is a cigarette that we haven't finished yet. The neighbors hear the silence louder than they hear the screams. We're fluent in the language of impossible extremes. Monday morning, bruised ego, coffee black, apologize. Tuesday evening, back again, your fingers tracing alibis. I told myself this chapter ended 40 pages back, but every time I close the book, it opens at the crack. I know the smoke alarm is ringing, I can see the flames, but walking through the fire with you never feels the same as walking safe alone. Walking safe. Gasoline, Valentine, sparking in the dark, setting fire to the garden just to watch the roses arc. Beautiful disaster, masterpiece of broken art. We keep signing love letters with a match instead of heart. And I've read every self-help book on leaving, and I've memorized the exit signs by heart. But knowledge doesn't mean believing, and believing doesn't mean we'll ever part. So light another match, light it up, strike another chord, burn it down. Tell me that you love me in a way I can't afford. Gasoline, Valentine. We're gasoline, Valentine, sparking in the dark, setting fire to the garden just to watch the roses arc. Beautiful disaster, masterpiece of broken art. We keep signing love letters with a match instead of heart, burning up the night. We always knew the prettiest fires burn the deepest blue.
Yeah, baby. The kitchen table set for two, but dinner's getting cold. A Merlot and some candles and a story growing old. You walked in with your overnight bag packed up past the scene, and suddenly the candlelight was brighter than my dream. I noticed that you took the photo off the fridge. The magnet's still there, holding nothing, standing at the bridge between our history and your decision to be gone. I'm standing in the kitchen and the music's playing on, and the clock on the wall doesn't know that time just stopped about 10 minutes ago. And you looked at me like I was already past tense. We're clocks without hands, spinning with no direction. 12 perfect numbers, zero connection. I've been counting hours that don't exist. Tell me, what's the time on the clock without hands? If you give me a moment, just a grain of sand, I'll rebuild every minute that I missed, every single minute that I missed. Remember when you called me from your office just to say that the coffee shop on Blossom had your favorite blend of day? That's the kind of ordinary sacred I let rust while I was out there chasing things that turn themselves to dust. You needed conversation, I gave you conference calls. You needed dancing in the kitchen, I gave furniture and walls. A beautiful museum where the arches gathered pain. I decorated our cathedral, but I never prayed for rain. And the hands fell somewhere around last June when I chose the meeting over Sunday afternoon. When I chose the title over your middle name. Clocks without hands, spinning with no direction. 12 perfect numbers, zero connection. I've been counting hours that don't exist. Tell me, what's the time on the clock without hands? So give me midnight, give me noon, give me the morning or the moon. I don't care what time it is, I don't care what time, as long as time still has your kiss. Let me wind this back, baby, please. Let me set the hands, put us at ease. I know I'm asking for more than I gave, but a clock without you doesn't tell time. It just ticks away. Ooh, ooh, clocks without hands. Clocks without hands. Tell me what time is it, baby? Spinning around. I need your love to ground me. Direction. I'm lost without your hands on mine. Every minute I'll make it right this time, I swear. Yeah. Give me one more minute, one more second on the clock, baby. I'll make every hand move just for you. Clocks without hands. Found a receipt inside my winter coat today, November 23rd, the restaurant on 8th. I remember now you wore that blue dress twice, 'cause I forgot to tell you the first time you looked nice. The waiter asked if we were celebrating. I said no, just dinner while your smile was fading. Should've said yeah, we're celebrating her. Should've been the man you thought I were. Your sister texted me a photograph last week, her wedding invitation, golden edges, vintage pink. I noticed how you're standing next to somebody new. He's got his arm around you like he knows exactly what to do. I bet he doesn't check his phone when you're talking about your day. I bet he actually remembers what your mother had to say. I bet he dances even when there's no music on. All the simple things I should've done, and now I'm counting all the dinners that went cold, the birthdays that I missed, the hands I didn't hold, a drawer full of receipts for things I never gave away. I was saving for tomorrow what you needed yesterday. What you needed yesterday. The park bench where you told me that you loved me every fall. I walked past it this morning with my shadow on the wall. Someone carved their initials where our names were written first. Guess that's what happens when you take the best for worst. I heard you moved to that apartment by the sea, the one you showed me once and I said maybe let me see. I hope the waves sound just as perfect as you dreamed. I hope he sits beside you, not behind a screen. And now I'm counting all the dinners that went cold, the birthdays that I missed, the hands I didn't hold, a drawer full of receipts for things I never gave away. I was saving for tomorrow what you needed yesterday. What you needed it yesterday. Oh, I don't hate him, how could I? He's everything I should have tried. He opens doors and means it when he asks about your night. He brings you flowers on a Wednesday not to fix a fight. Just because he can. Just because he understands that love is not a plan. It's showing up again and again. So now I'm folding all the receipts and putting them away. Catalog of moments that I wasted every day. I can't return the time like merchandise on sale, but I hope you know the sorriest word I know is fail. The sorriest word is that I failed you. Receipts in my pocket, memories I can't return. Practiced in the hallway with the door still closed. Rehearsed the words 11 times and all the clothes I chose, to look like I was certain, to look like I was fine, to look like walking out on you was always the design. But every line I memorized would crumble at your touch, and I don't love you anymore was always just too much. Because I do, God knows I do. I love you more than verbs and sentences can push through. But love without the pieces that you're missing isn't fair, and I was never built to be the breath inside your air. You needed lungs, I'm only wind. So I became the villain in the story you'll retell, the heartless one who left you, but I left you well. I cracked the glass so you could see the door behind the wall. The kindest cruelty of all was letting myself fall away from you, away from you. The kindest cruelty was loving you enough to lose. Your mother sent a message saying, how could you just leave? I wanted to explain, but what she needed was to grieve for the future she imagined. Grandkids at the table, all the Christmases I promised when I thought that I was able. But able is a currency I spent on trying hard to be the shape you needed from a differently shaped heart. And you deserve geometry that fit without the force. I loved you at the crossroads, but I chose the hard course, because staying would have been the easy cruelty, and leaving was the only gift that sets you free. The only gift I had. So I became the villain in the story you'll retell, the heartless one who left you, but I left you well. I cracked the glass so you could see the door
bravest thing I did was set you free. So I became the hero I was terrified to be, the one who loved you deeply but knew love must disagree. I wrote the final chapter with a pen that wouldn't stop. The kindest cruelty of all is climbing to the top of letting go, of letting go. The kindest cruelty was loving you this much, this much, this much. The kindest cruelty.
The pillowcase still carries you in threads of something gone. I ironed it on Sundays like a ritual I'm drawn to keep in motion, keep in faith, keep in the practiced art of pretending there's a future when you took the biggest part. The kettle boils for two, old habits carving bone. I pour the extra cup and watch it cooling all alone. The photographs are organized in boxes made of tin. I labeled them by season, but the winter won't begin, because beginning means accepting that the autumn was the last. And autumns feel like you, like amber leaves, and mornings overcast. The church bells ring at 7, and I swear they know your song, a melody that says come home to those who don't belong. So build me a cathedral out of everything you were, the stained glass made of Saturdays, the altar made of her. And I will kneel inside every morning when I pray, that somewhere in the silence you can hear me when I say your name, your name. I'll build it from your name. They planted flowers at the bench along the riverside, white petals for the memories, the yellow ones for pride. I sat there until evening when the city turned to gold and whispered every story that I never got to told, like how your laugh could fill a room before you even spoke, between the dusk and the dawn. So build me a cathedral out of everything you are. The stained glass made of Saturdays, the altar made of hand. I will kneel inside it till my knees have learned to pray that love is never lost. It only finds another way, another way, another way. Cathedral of your name, I'll keep the candles burning. Your name. My grandmother had a cabinet filled with porcelain she'd saved. 40 years of careful keeping, not a single piece was chipped or grazed. She'd say the beautiful things break the quietest, baby girl. And I never understood it till you showed me half the world and took it back like borrowed sugar from a neighbor's door. Left me standing in the kitchen wondering what sweetness was for. These hands know how to hold but never learn to grip. Now everything I carry seems to slide right through my fingertips. So I keep my prayers inside a box of porcelain and dust. Every Sunday morning asking God to teach me how to trust. The cracks are getting wider, but the gold is filling in. Porcelain and prayers, and the courage to begin again. The courage to begin again. My daddy used to sing the hymn so low you'd have to lean right into his chest to catch the melody between the bass notes and the bourbon and the Sunday morning light. He sang like God was personal, like heaven was polite. And baby, that's the kind of love I'm excavating for. Something low and steady underneath the basement floor. Not the lightning, not the thunder, but the soil after rain. The quiet kind of holy that doesn't need a stage or name. So I keep my prayers inside a box of porcelain and dust. Every Sunday morning asking God to teach me how to trust. The cracks are getting wider, but the gold is filling in. Porcelain and prayers, and the courage to begin. And they told me, girl, you gotta be strong, as if strong meant silent, as if strong meant moving on. But strong is standing still inside the storm and saying, I don't know where I'm going, but I know where I've been. And where I've been is broken, where I've been is blessed, where I've been is terrified and tenderly obsessed with finding out if all this pain can turn to something worth the wait, worth the wait. Ooh. and the artwork became skin. Porcelain and prayers, and the woman I've become, the woman I've become. Begin again, begin again, begin again. Porcelain and prayers. My grandmother was right. The beautiful things break the quietest. Some nights the silence is different. Another autumn came and painted all our streets in gold. The bench we used to sit on looking weather, looking old. I passed your favorite down and saw them change the menu twice. The corner booth still empty like it's saving you a slice. Mama called this morning, said she dreamed about your face, laughing in the kitchen, apron tied around your waist. I told her I was doing fine, the same old script I read, but truth is every word I speak got echoes of the dead. And I keep your jacket hanging by the door, telling myself you're coming back once more. Streetlights flicker on the road we used to walk. Polaroids are fading, but I swear I hear you talk. Every season changes, but my heart is standing still. If love could build a staircase, I would climb against my will to wherever you are tonight. Oh, to wherever you are tonight. Yeah, your playlist still on shuffle. Every song a memory. A Tuesday night in April when you made it rain confetti. We were broke, but we were golden, eating ramen out the pot. You said we don't need fortune, baby, all we need is what we got. Now fortune couldn't buy a single second of your time. I trade a house, the car, the name to hear you say you're mine. Your little brother graduated, wore your favorite tie. He smiled just like you used to, man, I damn near had to cry. And I keep the voicemail saved upon my phone. Play it back at midnight when I'm feeling all alone. Streetlights flicker on the road we used to walk. Polaroids are fading, but I swear I hear you talk. Every season changes, but my heart is standing still. If love could build a staircase, I would climb against my will to wherever you are. They say that time's a healer, they say that grief will pass, but nobody ever tells you how to make the memories last. I light a candle every Friday, set it by the glass.